The unemployment club. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, anything that happened in the middle of this? Can you repeat the question again, please?
Sorry. Yeah. So were you like testing your limits with this game? Did you challenge yourself? Did you have to learn something new? Was there anything that was like really hard that you had to figure out to get it working?
Oh yeah, this whole game was meant to be sort of an experimental like experience for me. There was like quite a number of different things that I tried that were completely new that I've never done before, like trying
Hmm.
to get a sort of unique mechanic working, like the main mechanic that you'll be playing in the platformer section of the game, as well as also doing different things outside of the levels and just testing out
Hmm.
certain like things that I could do, see if, if this would work, or maybe I would also for the audio section of the game, I did
Hmm.
something very like unique that would be able to save a lot of time because like I had like such minimal time and I wanted my game to have an entire OST because like most other game jams out there, there's only like one or two songs, but I want to have more than that.
Hmm.
And obviously, making
Right.
songs takes a long time. So I had to find a way to cut back on, you know, the music making process so I'll be able to push out more songs. So I eventually came to a solution of not AI, but music sampling and using sample packs that I found online to
Yeah.
mix and match stuff
Yeah. Yeah.
and mix and match sound effects so I can get different sound effects, pitch shift them and everything. So I can get like new audio,
Right. Right.
everything
Right.
sounds different, and a banging soundtrack that a lot of people actually ended up liking for how experimental it was.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, sampling is pretty well pretty well established and pretty well accepted. Good thing
Yeah.
you didn't use AI because it's actually banned at this jam.
Yeah.
So
Immediately
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
give the band hammer to
Sampling,
me.
yeah, sampling has a rich tradition, so there's
Yeah.
definitely no problem there. But the "Everybody Dance Now" clip is instantly recognizable there. uh, so let me think here. Right. So you mentioned that you saw that the theme was slick, and that was one of your motivators for joining this jam. So
Yeah.
how did you go about exploring the theme?
So, the way how it lined up with the theme of the game, well, the theme of the jam, though, is that the game itself is doing things in the background, and it sort of hints to that, but the game is pretty much sort of being slick itself. Like in other games of the game jam, you're either the slick one, you're either fast, or the environment is slick, like you're on ice or something. For this game,
Mhm.
you are not slick in any way, but the game itself is slick as it tries to deceive you at certain points, or it will try and nudge you in different directions to see what you would do, and this would affect what it's
Mhm.
doing in the background and will leave a surprise for you at the very end, which will show you what it was doing behind the scenes the entire time. So like the game is slick and you are pretty much the experimentee.
Okay. Very good. Uh, yeah, I was wondering because it sort of appears to be a platformer, but it is called the Lorman test. So I'm assuming that there's something a bit
There's definitely something
cerebral, I
very
guess, about it.
interesting behind this title screen in these gifs.
Okay. Nice, nice. So what's your level of game development experience? Like how much game dev have you done?
That is, man, that takes me back like all the way back to like, when I was like 8 years old. I'm like 19 now. I'm so old. Um,
Hmm. That's not
I
old, man.
started
Just
I
saying.
started making games in like RPG Maker like all the way back then, all the way back like over 10 years ago. But I never released any of them because
Hmm.
they were all like kind of trash. But like I was able to finally publish my first one back in 2020 for like a game jam, my first summer game jam, and that was like my first game that I ever published. And since then I've been kind of like I've been kind of working on games, but like and I've been pushing them out, but I haven't really got anywhere that much with them, except with my newest game,
Hmm.
where I was inspired by the development on streams from Pizza Tower because like
Nice.
I was kind of considering giving up on game development since none of my games were really going that far. So I was like, maybe game development just isn't for me. But after seeing the development and how simple it was, and just how grounded everything looked, which is something that I've never seen before in most games because I don't really like kind of outreach that much into like development streams. I only just look into like interviews and that's all I've seen. But after
Mm,
seeing that, I was like, maybe I should probably make games again. And I've now continued back into game development, and now I'm currently working on this game.
nice.
Yeah,
Well, I would greatly encourage you to let go of any preconceived notions about things like age or class or gender or anything like that. Like, uh, it's never too late to start some kind of creative thing, you know?
yeah.
And I would say that since you have your whole life ahead of you and everything, you should definitely not discourage yourself by using words like "oh, I'm too old" or whatever. Uh, you're too old to be in elementary school for sure, but you're being too old for video games. Like, I'm sure all of your heroes are much older than 19, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure
So,
Sakurai is like in his like 50s, I think.
right, he got a pretty early start too. I believe
Yeah,
he was developing at Nintendo when he was like 18 on Kirby.
I thought he
Um,
was 19.
So
I
he
think
was
he's
definitely
19.
never too late to re-enroll to elementary for no reason. Oh no, you should
Yeah,
stay away from elementary school. I think we all
yeah.
should.
Stay away from the playgrounds,
um,
buddy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If anybody's just joining us, we're developers for the Big Mud 2026 Game Jam. We had 10 days to make a game with the theme of Slick. I'm BoneJacq, the developer of Moonlight Fire, joined here by the developer of the Lorman test, Gigi.
Yippee!
So, yeah. So on the topic of the interviews and like the streams for Pizza Tower and stuff, how are you feeling joining an interview about your game, the Lorman test?
Oh, I've been wanting to do this since like 2 days ago, where you said it yourself. But like I missed like
Mhm.
both days, unfortunately. But now I decided to wake up early in the morning, and I just caught the open queue. So, that's why I'm here now, and I'm really excited to actually yap about my game since I do kind of want to talk about it, but I don't really have anyone else that I can talk about it with. So it's like, I kind of want
Yeah,
this
of
interview
course. That's part of
opportunity.
why I do this.
Yeah, just to yap about a
Yeah,
game.
because yeah, for sure. Because we have greater access than ever than to things like indie streams and like indie developers who are just doing their process and whatever. But for most of us, we're just like super small devs, and nobody's really talking with us about our place in our journeys.
Yeah,
So hopefully the archive of this footage will be a good inspiration for you in the future. I think. Um, but
it
yeah.
certainly will.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'll be hanging
So
this
let
up
me think
on
here.
my wall.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, how does your game represent slick? The game itself is slick. The game can constantly go in ways you wouldn't expect it to. On top of that, there are slick little secrets to encounter along the way of experiencing this game. As well as during your playthrough, your actions are being analyzed and will affect your final result in a slick/sneaky way. Gotcha.
Yeah, there
Welcome
are
back,
some
Pigeon Guy.
secrets. There's a secret. I wonder if you're
Oh,
actually gonna find that one though. I wonder.
this game's OST is peak. Let's go.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I worked so hard.
Yeah. So, Gigi, I neglected to mention this earlier. Magna Remark here is the composer on an Elephant game as well as Cycle Shifter, and I believe Magna, you probably worked on a couple others, maybe one more. Pigeon Guy here is the lead designer on Car Wash Calamity,
Oh,
Double O Skating. Right, Double O Skating. Um, so yeah, and Pigeon Guy was also and Magna Remora are also from the past two game jams as well, the past two Big Mo jams. So we've all been in this thing from the start. Um, Magna actually won a certificate for the Big Mo 23 Jam,
oh,
where we all met, so that was pretty cool. Uh,
congratulations.
yeah, so I like to encourage community and to get to know other devs who are really cool and in the space as well. It was awesome, thanks. Yeah. Alrighty, let's see. If the web search doesn't work, then download it below. You're hired. Welcome to the Lorman test. You've received an invitation to your doorstep saying you've been chosen to be an experiment. In this game demo, you're brought through a simulation while people in the back, question mark, generate your journey and process your results. Have fun. And by the way, hurt the rabbit. Lorman.
Yeah, just a
Like,
little
playing rabbits
bit
are
of a
different
hint
than
at
the
what they're
game.
doing, of what's happening.
Right.
The people in the
Um,
back. I wonder.
Indeed. So what kind of tools did you use to make this game?
For my engine, I used Game Maker since that's what I was currently working with, you know, and
Mhm.
used Sprite to make all the sprites. Though I did kind of use some like stock images, though those stock images are not in the game. Though I was just making sprites with them, like using them as a base. But I also used FL Studio as my music program because that's
Nice.
also what I already used and bought. And since Toby Fox is using it, I might as well use it too. So that's what I
Right.
used. And also FL Studio has a thing. I'm pretty sure you already know what it is. Sound Font Player, which I'm allowed to
Of
just
course, of
take
course.
samples from games, and literally that's literally one of the main reasons why I want FLCA because like South Lawn players just I need it.
Yeah, yeah. That's what Toby Fox is also using for Undertale and
Yeah.
everything. Um, so yeah, on that topic, what kind of inspirations went into this game? Do you have any specific ones that you like to talk about?
Ooh, inspirations. Ooh, I can talk about my inspirations.
Mhm.
The inspiration. Like, what should I start off with? Well, I guess the main inspiration for the game. The main inspiration for the game was a very obscure indie game. I'm not sure if you even heard of this indie game. It's called
Mhm.
Everything is Going to Be Okay, where it sort of has a
I
similar
have not
structure.
played it, but I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
Oh, awesome! You're a legend
Yeah.
then. But yeah, it pretty much sort of has a similar structure to Everything's Going to Be Okay, where there's like tests to click on. In this case, well, there are tests, but in Everything's Going to Be Okay, they're called pages, and they look similar. And also, the game has a lot of rabbits in it, as well as Everything is Going to Be Okay. Though, there's the game. Oh, there it is. There it is. It has a lot of
No, Ice in
rabbits in it.
Minnesota. Let's
Yeah,
go. Hell
yeah.
yeah.
It has a lot of rabbits
Oh,
in
I
it.
need to
That's
buy this
that's
bundle
that's
really
the
quick.
main inspiration right there. And I was also inspired by Yumeniki. That's when, of course, you
Right.
may not see that in like the game there. You may see it a little bit if you're actually able to get to that point, but you'll see it soon. But the game will probably lean further into the Yumeniki inspiration the more I work on it. But as of right now, I wasn't able to get to that in the game jam. But it is one of the main inspirations for it. Now,
Mhm.
for the audio sector, I was inspired by Hideki Naganuma and how he uses samples in music. And I was also inspired by Wario Land 4. Like in the intro, I actually used one of the sound fonts in Wario Land 4 to make like the main chord progression in it. And Luigi's Mansion sound design. Because like those games, both Wario Land 4 and Luigi's Mansion just have immaculate sound design. And the way that they incorporate themes and motifs all throughout their sound effects, it like they're very experimental with their sound effects, and like I really aspire to have that level of creativity. So I try to do that myself. I
Mm.
try to pick, shift, and mix and match a bunch of the same 5 sound effects, because you probably will hear the same 5 sound effects in the game throughout the entire game,
Mhm.
which will probably be pitch shifted or mixed and matched together to make new sound effects. And what was the other inspiration? It's starting to blank on my mind. Oh yeah, the main mechanic. The main mechanic of the game was inspired by Villager's pocket ability in Smash, where you're able to like take an item, take an item and just pocket it for later, and you can pull it out at any time. And the thing that made me like go to that for inspiration was in Wario Land 4. There were tons of people who wanted to like take enemies off to the different sides of the screen or to different levels, but they couldn't. The game restricted them from doing it. So I thought,
Mhm.
why should I let you do that, or how can I let you do that? Like, keep your kidnapped kidnappee as a pet throughout the level. So that's where it got me thinking, and now look
Oh,
towards Villager for inspiration.
okay. That's a funny way to that's definitely a funny mechanic that I haven't seen explored terribly much.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing to
Yeah.
get
Since it's experimental,
inspiration
I try to
from.
do something completely new. Well, it's not completely new, but like it's something that's not done a lot.
Hmm. Right. So how were the last few days of the jam for you?
The last few days of the jam, it's it was absolute pain because yeah,
Yeah.
I kind making the music was my favorite part. So like, I kind of got caught up in that. I even made some songs that didn't even make it into the jam. So like I guess that was kind of like
Hmm.
lost time. Though I did eventually release them into the official OST, but the last few days were mainly focused on trying to put the game together as since I already done the programming, all I really had to do next was to just make the levels and just design the game, which took literally the rest of the time. And the intro, that 40-second long intro that the skip button doesn't work on for some reason, the that took like literally 2 hours or so. Actually, not 2 hours. That's how long it took for me to make like the last couple parts. It was 15 minutes to like just make that intro, just
Okay.
push that intro out. Like I just want to at least polish
Nice.
the last couple parts at the very end of the game jam. And then they extended it, so like I didn't really have to rush that much.
Okay. So you went all the way down to the wire. Did you have
Yeah,
to use the deadline extension?
all the way down to the original deadline because they didn't extend it by like an hour. So like,
Right,
which is
right.
why there's like an hour and 7 minutes before the deadline when actually it was seven
Yeah,
minutes
so you
before when I
originally
saw it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you submitted actually 7 minutes. I think I
Yeah.
saw at least one dev who submitted 3 minutes before the actual extension deadline.
Hey, yeah, that,
So they
that
didn't
that
even have a deadline.
extension helped them so bad.
Yeah. If I recall correctly, the 2023 Jam saw like an additional 100 entries during the grace period.
Yeah,
So like the hour really helped a lot of people.
yeah.
At least for that jam. I didn't keep track of it this time because I was too locked in myself. But yeah, 650 entries. Is that intimidating for you? Do you
653
find
entries. It's definitely very much
yeah.
intimidating. Like that's so many
Hmm.
entries. But then again, the more entries there are, the more people who are going to actually be able to see your game. And
Right.
yeah, like more people, more entries. Yeah, there's more competition, but that is more visibility though at the same time.
Hmm. Do you see this as a competition, or were you just in it for the love of the game?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of see it as a bit of both, honestly. When people start
Okay. Okay.
showing off their analytics, man, that's when I started looking at it as a competition. Like, wow, my analytics suck. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was like the later half. I was like, man, I'm starting to see this as a competition. But at the start, it's like, yeah, it's just a friendly competition, which a friendly little game, which it is really just a friendly little thing. Because this community is very wholesome. It's a very wholesome community where we all here to help each other. It's so wholesome. The whole game jam community is wholesome. We're all
Yeah,
just
for
here to
sure, for
make
sure.
games in like crunch time
Yeah.
and like sleepless
Yeah.
nights. That's all what we're here for. We all suffer the same way.
Yeah. I heard this is the most disturbing sample in there. Are you aware of Hideki Naganuma?
Oh yeah, yeah. I said it earlier.
Yeah.
That's one of my main inspirations for like the sound design for the game. Yeah,
I must I
Hideki
must must
Naganuma's
have
audio
slipped through
saxophone.
on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that in the JSRF soundtrack that's one of the samples that was in one of them. I think it was Funky Dealer actually. Did you ever hear that one?
yeah. I know exactly where the "This Is Most Disturbing" part played, but I don't remember the song. I think it was in Jet Set Radio, the original. What
Yeah,
song was
yeah, I think
that?
it might have been Funky Dealer,
No, it wasn't Funky Dealer.
maybe.
I know that one. It was definitely not that one. It was definitely a
Okay.
different song.
Yeah,
This is most
well,
disturbing.
it's cool. It's cool that you were able to spot the sample too.
Yeah.
Since I listen to a lot of
Yeah.
like sampled music, like future funk, French house, and stuff like that. It's funny because anytime like an older song comes on, I can name like 4 songs that I've sampled it. So, uh, not so much lately because I've been too absorbed to my things. But on that topic, actually, was there anything that you were listening to while you jammed this out like podcasts, music, things that you'll be associating with this jam for a long time?
Uh, nah, I would mostly just streamline silence. Well, I guess I was just watch. I guess I just had some YouTuber videos on in the background, but that's literally just background noise. I didn't really use any
Yeah.
music except Wario Land 4 music, though I wasn't really using it as inspiration. I was just kind of vibing to it while I was working on the game because I was playing it during
Well,
the
yeah.
time I was making this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like anything that's
Yeah.
like, do you think you'll be associating Wario Land 4? You said?
Yes. Yes, I'll probably be associating Wario's greatest achievement with this game and this entire game jam. That would definitely be framed on my wall somewhere.
Hell yeah. Um, all right, very cool. So yeah, let me go ahead and get started with the Lorman test.
Yay.
You said that it has controller support, so I'm gonna go ahead and
Yep.
just
Oh, it doesn't
press
have control
something.
support on the title screen though. You had to do press a keyboard key
Oh,
though.
okay, I'll press any key then.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Lorman test. I'm Lorman, and this all you have to do is hit the rabbit a lot. If you do it enough, you might get something special.
I do request you to play the
Uh,
tutorial though. Some people have missed that and they don't know what to do, so it's best to do that.
hmm. Welcome to the tutorial. Let's start simple. To move, use the left stick or arrow keys. I can jump. Very good.
Yay.
I'm just gonna rub my face on all the surfaces here because I like doing that. Oh, it looks like you have it
Yeah.
actually registering the sensitivity of my stick.
Yeah.
There we go. To jump, press the space key or A button on Xbox. Very good. You can grab enemies with the X button or X key. Press X again to throw them. Out.
Yeah, a pro tip, you can move while you're grabbing.
Okay.
Like while you're
Yeah, I
doing
just
the
don't know how
grab
to take
animation,
damage.
you can move around. So that was just to make up
Ah,
for the hitbox. You know, being like it's
that,
kind of the same as the hurt box.
that's pretty slick, you could say. If you press the C or key or Y button while holding something, you can pocket your capture. Oops.
You can go to the next room. There's enemies there.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I didn't make a
This
way for you
is
to be able to
kind of giving
restart.
me like, hmm,
Can I go ahead and pocket him?
pocketed.
There he is. He's up there in the corner. You can
Very
use the D-pad
nice.
to
This
you know
does
take
give
him
me
out. Yeah,
ah.
and you can just
This
press
does
Y
give me
again to
Kirby
like put them
vibes.
back.
Yeah. Use them to hit guard blocks.
Those little guys right there.
Okay. Whoop. These ones?
No, the exclamation point block.
Oh, this one. Oh, my bad. It's
Unfortunately,
gonna
I
restart
didn't
the
make
room
a
if
way
I...
for you to go back.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Unfortunately, those are the last ones. Oh well. But at least you know what those speed should
Okay.
do. They allow you to run.
Right. It's the right trigger. Very good. Grab the rabbit key and open the big door to complete a level. What's
Welcome to my
this?
room
The
of
room of
pain.
pain.
There
Oh,
was
no.
a, a little thing about that little room of pain thing. While I was working on the tutorial, there was like a single enemy that I accidentally trapped in like the wall, and I thought it was really funny how they were just scrambling around in there. So I decided to just add like 3 extra ones and just call it the room of pain. Like that would be a neat little
Nice.
thing, little quirky thing for the people who are playing the tutorial to see.
Okay, well, so
You just click on the
what do I
rabbit.
do if I want to progress?
You
Oh,
click
the
on the
rabbit,
rabbit
okay. Oh, yeah, I heard the
a
rabbit.
bunch of times.
Sorry about hearing the thing. How's that feeling? Just keep at it. Oh no, this is some like Stanford prison experiment shit or whatever the fuck it was. So how's your day been? Mine's been alright. Thanks for signing this, by the way. It's hard to find people willing to do this. Wonder why.
Yeah, there's like flavor text and stuff around there, so that, you know, to like signal progression, so that you're not just doing it mindlessly.
Yeah. So so I'm not sure. I don't remember if I asked this already, but so was there anything that like was really giving you problems implementing?
It was the guard blocks, those stupid guard blocks. They gave me the hardest time throughout the entire thing. They will always stop working somehow, some way. I even had to go all the way back to one of my earlier projects to figure out how I made things work the same way I made the guard blocks work in that game. And it still gave me
Okay.
problems, and I was able to fix it at like the very end of the game jam. It
Oh
was
no.
such a difficult task just to get them to work.
Yeah, it's always stressful when something just refuses to work. Uh,
Yeah, and it's crazy because that was
so how
like
did
the main mechanic. So I was like, yeah, I need to
yeah,
get that to work.
how did you end up fixing it? Could you explain it?
So the thing that I was doing wrong is that I treated the sorry, somebody was just yelling at me out of the room. So basically the way I was doing it wrong is that I was treating them like one-way jump through platforms where if a certain condition was met, then they would like turn like their collision would turn off. But that wouldn't work because they were actually like one-way platforms. You can still just walk through them, but they would have solid on top of they would be solid on top of them. And so I had to completely do something that was very just unoptimal, where I just had to just clone the object again and just make them change into that instance where they would not have a collision. And even then, it doesn't completely work, which is why in every single time you see those little guard blocks, they're always like um protected by a wall above them because you can still just jump on top of them, or I mean not jump on top of them. You can still just jump over and through them, which is so I just kind of like put a band-aid on a solution so that you can only see them. They only like work as walls.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds like a kind of a duct tape solution, right?
yeah,
Uh, but hey, if it works, it works.
yeah.
You
It
know?
does work.
Hell yeah. Nice. How'd you like beating the rabbit? Anyway, in this test now, if you can try to cause the least amount of damage as possible, be slick with it.
Yeah, that's also a hint
Okay.
at what the game is doing in the background.
Mm. Or you could just kill whatever walks. You could do that. Anyway, grab the rabbit key and exit to complete.
Also by the way, do mind the map. That also is another secret, by the way. If you
Is
do that, he will
it?
get if you throw him, he will get really mad. So he will get really mad. It
Well,
will
I need to
definitely do something. You
get
can't put him
open the guard
down.
blocks.
Yeah.
Damn. How do I open these?
Mind the map. The map will definitely tell you like where you are and where to go. So yeah,
Okay.
there's the key, showing you the key right there. The map also shows you the places where you can go, by the way. So like going down, there are no pits to fall down, by the way, in this game. No like actual real pits,
Okay.
like Mario death
Right,
pits.
right, right. Okay, these look
Now here's a
cracked.
puzzle right here. I want to see if you can actually figure it out.
Also, these are the Ace Sprite logo, are they not?
They actually do look the Ace Pirate logo, but they're supposed to be bunnies. They're supposed to be like
That's funny.
bunnies. Everything in this game is bunny themed except that one spike block for some reason.
Yeah, here, let me open up my Ace Sprite.
Yeah, it literally looks like, oh my god, it actually does look like that's such a coincidence.
Yeah. Alright, we're pocketing, and we're throwing.
Okay, you actually got it right. There's so many. There are like two people who actually didn't know how to do that.
It happens, you know?
Yeah,
I see a Banui back here. What you doing down there?
it's all just part of the environment.
Of course. So I'm curious, I don't remember the name of the specific experiment, but, it sort of sounds like you're invoking it, where, it's like they have somebody in a room, and they tell somebody doing the test, like, hey, every time you press this button, it'll shock them, but I need you to do it for me, okay? And
Yeah,
then they're like, okay. And then they have the person act as if they're in pain every single time they press the buzzer. And even though they look like they're in extreme pain, they just keep doing it. So the study was sort of saying, like, people will just do stuff to hurt people if they're told to, basically.
yeah,
Are you aware of that one? Is that what you're inspired by here?
yeah. Like I've heard about it, but I didn't like look that far into it. Like it was a pretty very interesting experiment. It's all about like it's definitely just all about just studying like Just experiments where you're just studying
Well,
human
yeah.
behavior, because that's what this whole entire game does. It kind of, tests your behavior. What would you do if you had the option to do it? Because we all know when people in
Yeah.
games, they add like menaces. Have you seen people in Roller Coaster Tycoon where they just intentionally make accidents happen just to kill people?
Oh no, listen. You're talking to one of the most horrific serial killers in video games that exists, I think. Um, I love torturing NPCs in
Just
various
for the
really
love of the
stupid
game.
ways.
The Sims people in Roller Coaster
Yeah,
Tycoon, they love to just torture the virtual people.
yeah, of course. Hell yeah, the bone son. Well, no, I do some wacky shit, like
Yeah.
in Oblivion, which is one of the funniest games of all time. I'll get somebody in a small room and then I'll duplicate like 10,000 watermelons in the room, or I'll just like I don't know. I'll like freeze somebody with a paralyze spell, and then I'll just like shove them in the water, and then they'll just like slowly drown.
Yeah,
but
you
but the game is bugged, so that's it doesn't really work that well. Um, Mostly it just ends up in really funny physics bugs. So and also the Oblivion cheese. So NPC abuse is a pretty common hobby of mine. Um,
yeah, oh,
Conversely, though, I'm extremely the opposite when it comes to my real life presence. I actually have like I have a lot of like what's the word? I act on principles when it comes to not hurting people, either emotionally or physically.
yeah, it's
And
like
I
when
don't
you're
think
in a
it's cool
video
to want
game,
to
it's
hurt
like a flip
people.
just switch. A switch just flips.
Yeah, because they're literally like not real people.
Yeah, they're not real
But
people, but those people outside the game, yeah, those are real. Oh no, yeah, by the way, mind that
yeah,
wall at the very end. There you can actually soft lock because there's not a solid wall back there, by the way. Like there's not a solid wall right there, and that's how
that's
somebody got stuck before. So yeah, just try to just not go through that wall.
wait, which wall? This one?
The wall at the very end on the other side.
Okay.
No,
How do
no,
I
like
enter a
all the way at
door?
the end, like where you just came from the last room. Like that wall right there. If you were to like jump into that wall, you can just jump into it.
This wall
No, it was in the other
or
room.
this wall?
It was in the other room. Like go to the next room. That wall
All right, I'm
immediately.
following.
The wall immediately as you enter.
This one.
That the one to your right. The one wall that you haven't touched. That wall.
This. Oh,
Yeah.
oop.
Yeah, you can
Okay, let's not do
you
that.
can jump over the barrier and get fall out of the map. So yeah, just try not to do that. And there
Alright,
you got the first block. You
okay,
can
that
also
house
enter
must
through
be
doors
underneath
using
this
the B
stuff.
button, by the way, because I did not expect people to get to there first. So and there's the button that allows you to do that tells you to do that. I didn't expect people to go there first.
Lamo. Enter
Yeah.
doors with Z key or B button. Yeah. I must be a complete psychopath. Yeah. Um. So yeah, there's a few instances of a video game that like really personalizes something. Especially when it comes.
I forgot about that
This.
glitch right there. So what's supposed to happen if you try to touch something where your inventory is full, it will immediately throw them. But with the spike ball, it doesn't work properly. They just kind of stay there in like stasis. While for enemies, like those
Yeah.
enemies that you just grabbed, they would actually work properly. So like that was an oversight right there.
Okay. That happens. That happens. Oh wait, how do I get back to the first screen then?
Just go through the doors.
Oh, the doors.
Yeah, the
Oh wait,
doors.
the
The
big
doors will
door.
take you all the way back up. Those white doors. They will just take you all the way back up to the start.
I remember this being the start.
Yeah, the white door to your left.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, you missed it. Yeah, the white door to your left.
this one.
Yeah, it will take you all the
Ah,
way back
there we
up.
go. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah,
Is there
that's what
anything
happens if you try to
interesting to
grab
think about
something, try
NPCs
to
as
pocket something.
expendable things with notifications? Unless the game does a great job of making you care for an NPC. Yeah.
Say it again.
Uh, but Magna is saying it's interesting to think about NPCs as expendable things with no ramifications, unless the game
Yeah.
does a great job of making you care for an NPC, which is fair enough. But like, if you think about it, like people play Call of Duty, right? And Halo and whatever, and they even like they'll teabag the corpse and everything. it's a real person on the other end too. It's like worse than an NPC, I think, because you're actually
Yeah.
trying to make somebody in real life mad. So yeah, the psychology of video games is interesting. Undertale, most popular example of that. Undertale,
Yeah.
yeah, Undertale is like an example of the game that actually tries to extrapolate what that means in the inside the world, which is cool. Anyway, yeah. Let me just out. Do I actually take damage in this game?
No, you don't. Yeah,
You just
getting
say
hurt and
much.
like losing a game over or something like that, it's not like very important. So I just didn't do it. But there
Gotcha.
is like a
Literally.
thing that happens where it just like it does alter your like score at the end. So like yeah, it's just best not to get hurt.
I can't pocket this guy.
Yeah, you can't.
How the fuck do I get?
Yeah, that's intentional. You can't pocket him. That's intentional.
Right. Game creates an artificial urgency, but conflicts with the rest of the game. Right, right. Okay, I remember this now.
Yeah.
Now, how the fuck do I get through here?
Well, maybe
Let's
you can
find
try and grab
out.
an enemy. You can't
Grab
bring
the
them
entry
anywhere.
key? Nope.
You have to pocket them if you want to bring them between areas.
I see. Okay. I'll grab the ball. I'll go over here now. Right, that was the block that activates that, so I need to find the red one. My character is a good person, but has no problem mowing down 100 people, yeah. Basic and I were just like fucking around, and he opened up Prototype or something. Either we were watching Prototype footage, and that's like one of the worst examples of it because the game is just like, I'm an edgy, ambivalent guy. I gotta find the laboratory or whatever, and then he just like goes on a fucking killing spree, like murdering everybody in the most horrific ways possible. And it's just like, how am I supposed to sympathize with this guy? This guy's a villain, just straight up.
This guy's evil.
Makes no sense.
I don't think I like that guy. He's
This
kind of
guy's
evil.
evil. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Wait a second, what? I was reading the chats. I'm a musician interested in making music for games. I have no idea what that's about. But yeah, sure, sure. All right, so I need to find the red block.
You already found it.
So,
It's in the same room as the rabbit kid. You already found it. It's in the same room.
wait,
Yeah,
same room as.
as the key.
I'm sorry, my brain is very smooth.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of like got a little bit stuck. You do have to like use your brain on this.
Okay, this one. So
Okay.
I take a guy out. Can I throw up? Yes, I can. Okay. I
The
didn't know that
amount
I
of
could throw
people
up.
who didn't know how to do that, they just didn't think to do that. Why don't I just try throwing the enemy up?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people got
Well,
stuck on that.
without
And like,
explicit
yeah,
instructions, it's something you gotta just like infer, I
and yeah,
suppose.
like the game tutorial doesn't teach it. Oh, there's a little secret right there. That little cat guy. That guy does not always appear. He has a rare chance to appear, like
Yes.
a 1 in 5 chance to appear.
Hell yeah, we did it.
No, so you got a
Welcome back. I
CD.
missed you.
You can click on it to like change the lobby music.
Nice. Welcome back. I missed you. Well, get back to the grind. Go back to doing what you were put in this world to do. Hit a rabbit.
You can also
Feather
use
does
the
less damage
feather.
and takes longer for stuff to happen, but makes you feel better about hurting them. Okay.
This also does have an effect on your score as well. A positive effect.
Yep. You know, sometimes I wonder about if soap is actually real. Why is it called soap? Do we even ask these questions? Probably not.
I wonder if the secret's actually gonna appear. Probably not.
The truth is scary to know sometimes. Yeah, we go after it by whatever means. Are humans like you that curious to dive into the unknown? So, if you had a bit more time, let's say an extra day, what would you have changed about the game?
I would definitely lower the amount of hits it takes to, you know, hit the rabbit. As I know it's a lot, but that's because there is a secret that has a random chance to spawn, and I want to give the player the amount of time to do that.
Test 2. Test 2 is available.
Yeah.
What are the values actually? How much do you have to hit the rabbit?
You have to hit them 100. You have to hit them
Game
100
over.
times. Oh,
100. I feel like I definitely surpassed that pretty easily.
maybe you want to restart. Maybe click a button, or like the A button, perhaps. Oh, it moved.
Oh.
The game tried to deceive you, but you saw through it. Is it really a game
Deceit.
over?
Perhaps. Alrighty, I appear to be a dot.
You are a dot now, and you have to chase after the cat that you saw before.
Very nice. I'm a gamer. I care not for people, animals, or minorities. I only care for winning. True. Yeah, this is why I'm not a gamer. I may play video games, but never call me a gamer. Let's see. Okay. Did you send your game to be playtest? Oh shit. I made it.
You kind
In
of.
order for a world to stay beautiful, one must prove themselves through this. You are monitored on your goodness. Here's a score
Hey,
on
you got a
morality. Tell me what's
score of
more.
100. Congratulations.
Yo.
You somehow
Is
able
that
to
a perfect
redeem your
score?
score.
Let's go. You see, I might torture NPCs, but I'm a good person deep inside.
Yeah, there is actually a very
Yo.
interesting, very dark secret that would definitely mess up that score a
Oh,
lot. But luckily, you didn't get to that secret in time. But hey, you got a 100 score. So I guess I might as well just go ahead and
awesome.
say it now. Everything that you did, every choice that
I
you
can do it
made had an
again.
effect on your score. Oh, how you play again? Yeah, you just gotta restart the game. That's also another thing that would change about the
Okay.
game. Make a restart button. Because yeah, you
Okay,
can't.
okay.
You have to just close the game and
Next.
restart.
Gotcha. That's not that. Bunnies. The jam.
The bunnies. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, the skip intro button doesn't work because there was a glitch at the very end where you could skip it, but there was like it was like a persistent like object. So like every time you click the button, it would just completely skip through every single thing. So I was able to fix it, but the skip intro button doesn't work anymore now. So unfortunately, you just gotta sit through
Gotcha.
the 40-second long intro, which I'm very sad that people have to do that if they want to replay the game.
Yeah.
It
Pigeon
does
guy
kind of
says
hurt
why
replayability.
bunnies.
But you get to hear the funky rhythm again.
Yes. Pigeon guy asks why bunnies.
Why bunnies? It's mainly because I just like to draw bunnies. I just really like to draw bunnies. Bunnies are just very simple to draw. They're like my favorite animal to draw because they're just so simple in concept. And also partially because, this game does take inspiration from the other bunny game that has a lot of rabbits in it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of rabbits with duck feet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So,
Rabbits are just universal.
what were you saying? You were talking about every choice that I was making mattering.
Oh yeah, like every time you grab an enemy, that will also negatively affect your score, by the way. But like not by that much. But like these are clearly just NPCs that are just minding their business, and then you just casually just grab them and just tote them, kidnap them, and throw them. Which is why they
Yeah.
can affect you. Hey, there's another little secret guy. That guy also has a low chance of appearing. But basically, yeah, like almost everything you do is pretty much analyzed. Like the
Gotcha.
amount of times
I
you
didn't
hit the
notice the
rabbit,
shivering
this will
hand.
also negatively affect your score as well.
Of course, of course.
There's no secret in there though.
Okay.
Yeah, the secret won't appear by clicking the
Also, if
rabbit
anybody's
constantly
just
there.
joining us, we're developers for the Big Mo 2026 Game Jam. We had 10 days to make a game with the theme of Slick. I'm the developer of Moonlight Fire, BoneJacq, and I'm joined by the developer of the Lorman test, Gigi. And
Hi.
yeah, we're talking about how your decisions matter in Lorman test. Oh, wait, there is one thing I forgot to do. Wait, did I forget to do it? I did forget to do it. So if you want to play that game, here it is. Play the Lorman test. There it is, pinned to the top of the chat.
Yeah, play my game. Play my game. Play my game.
I knew I was forgetting something. I always forget something. There's a lot to do, so. Mine's been alright. Thanks for signing up for this. By the way, it's hard to find people willing to do this. I wonder why. Too late, already did. Yeah, Pigeon's on top of that. Developer of Car Wash Calamity.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's enough. It's time.
Yeah. But like every
We're going on a
yeah, now you
rampage.
actually know how to play through this level, so it probably shouldn't be you probably wouldn't be stuck this time.
Yeah.
So basically like grabbing random enemies and throwing them. The game hints at, trying to do as least damage as possible because every time you do grab an enemy and throw them, it does take away from your score, which is why you are incentivized to just do everything that you can do that's necessary. And trying to do, more than that, it would negatively impact your score. As well as also hitting the rabbit a ton of times will also negatively impact it. The pretty much a lot of things that you do in this game negatively impact your score. The only thing that actually like positively impacts it is using the feather, which is why your score was able to actually get as high as it did. Because
Yeah, it clears a lot.
like it exchanges, the length of the amount of time it takes for things to happen. But like in exchange, your score would definitely be very much, rewarded for it.
I see.
And also throwing him will also have a very negative impact on it. It will literally just lower
Hell
your.
yeah.
Unlike most other things that will like negatively impact your score. Throwing Lorman will literally like drop it down by like 20 points, while everything else is like 1 or 2. I think he likes himself a lot. I don't think he likes you throwing him.
When you think about it, if I hit the bunny, and the bunny's a bad person, and Lorman is putting me up to hitting the bunnies, isn't this like... These are kind of bad people, right? When you think about it.
Well, the bunny is not made to, is not the bunny is kind of forced to do everything that you want them to do, like hitting them. You're forcing them to pick up those enemies and throw them, and you're just kind of like abusing
The
the
bunny
rabbit
could...
the whole time.
The bunny could just be convincing the other creatures to rise up against the Lorman test. Or
That is a very interesting thing that you just said, because like oh, the stream kind of froze.
Let's complete the level and then see where we go.
Oh, there we okay. The stream's back.
Are you watching my Discord stream?
Yeah, I know. It froze for a bit.
Okay. Damn. Can't do much about that.
Just let me think. I'm thinking. I lost my train of thought of what I was about to say.
Rising up against the Lorman test.
Oh yeah, that was a very interesting thing that you said, because the characters themselves actually don't know that they're in a test. None of them do, because you're being brought through a simulation. None of them know that they're being brought through a test, but Lorman will definitely interject into the test, and like, while I continue to work on the game, there will be times where Lorman will interject himself into the test, and then that will make them somewhat aware of Lorman's existence, and they will probably like start to consider probably like rising up, and that's how the game actually progresses like narratively. But obviously, I can't get to all that in like 8 days. I was able to do as much as I could.
Yeah.
But like, you actually kind of
So what were major? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you kind of like accidentally kind of guessed the major plot point of the game, which is very funny.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a
pretty
the
simple
option I would
plot
pick. I
point,
think.
yeah.
If somebody told me to hurt somebody, then I would probably say that person deserves to be hurt instead.
Yeah. But Lorman loves you though. He missed you while you were gone.
Yeah.
I should definitely make a different option if you throw me enough times though. of different dialogue. That would definitely be interesting. Oh,
Okay,
wow,
test
oh,
two.
wow, that was
Game
fast.
over. Yeah, I'm really good at clicking. A really good masher, let's say. Yippee. Time to go to Bunny Hell.
Yeah, you're pretty much just descending down to purgatory. Well, I guess bunny hell. There was supposed to be a little intro at
Somebody
the
would think
very end where the dot would jump into a coffin, and that's how
wow,
the game would end. But like, obviously, I didn't get to
it's
that
funny.
also as well, unfortunately. So I just had it loop a couple times
Congratulations,
at
you
the
made
end.
it.
A zero.
0.
You hit Lorman too many times. You threw him too many
Yeah,
times. He
yeah,
doesn't like
yeah.
you. He completely rigged your score.
Listen, if it means I have to step into hell, I will punch the devil.
Lorman is just a silly
You
little
know what I mean?
guy. He knows none of
He's
these
just a
bunnies are
silly
real.
little guy.
None of the bunnies are
Of
real. You can
course.
hit them as many times as you want. Like Lorman is kind of meant to play into that little psychopath energy. Like like these like what you said earlier. Like these people aren't real. These NPCs aren't real, so I don't feel as bad about hurting them. And Lorman plays into that kind of
Mhm.
ideology, which is why he also just says
Yeah,
these
of
bunnies
course.
have no feelings. They aren't real. Keep hitting them. Like you really shouldn't feel bad about doing it because they aren't real. Like that's like Lorman is that voice of like, hey, these guys aren't real, so you don't feel as bad about hurting them.
Oh, gee. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
My internet is bugging out so bad. Ooh.
Yeah.
Say that again. Jesus, what's up with my internet? Every time he says,
GG.
hello,
Mysterious.
hello.
One must wait for
I think I can
self.
hear you now.
Ah, there you are. Yes.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here now. My internet was bugging out like crazy for some reason, like big
Yeah.
spike.
Yeah, it happens. So yeah, you were talking right at the end there, and then connection issues started up. So
Oh,
do you remember what you were saying?
oh yeah, I do remember what I was saying. Like, yeah, Lorman does
It was
kind of,
about like what I
yeah,
was saying about torturing NPCs and stuff.
yeah, because they're not real. You know that they're not real, so you don't have much of a problem doing it. Lorman does play into that voice. He's literally saying the exact same thing, like these bunnies aren't real. Go ahead and hit them as much. You shouldn't feel bad about hurting them. So yeah, like he's literally that
Mhm.
personification of these guys aren't real, and that's why torturing them is funny and is whimsical and all that. Like he is that
Of
guy.
course. Hmm.
He's like the
Yeah,
Sims
he's
player.
genocide route Undertale. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, very cool. So how do you feel about how the Lorman test came out for you?
Oh, I feel so happy with how it turned out. It actually turned out better than I expected to. Though obviously there are some things that I would like to change or work on, in terms of the game. Like, making the amount of hits it takes a tad bit less. Probably maybe have like more stuff to do in the game, as there are some people who really wanted more stuff to do than just two tests. Well, unfortunately I was not able to get to that. But, I'm still happy with how it turned out. I was able to still be able to hit some of the things that I wanted to hit, like how the game can deceive you, or how the game nudges you in different directions, or other stuff like that. So I was able to get to that, but I don't feel like I was able to get to it enough. or I was able to not have as much content as I maybe have wanted to give. But still, it ended up turning out really well.